But buying a Valentine's Day gift for your wife a month early is the gayest thing you could do.
So here I am to prove that I'm the straightest you could possibly be by, instead of doing anything nice for Valentine's Day, I dragged you onto a stream with me.
At least we're together.
Yeah, no, I posted on Twitter today. You know what I spent my Valentine's Day doing?
What?
Instead of doing nice things to try and woo my lady, I rotoscoped a guy jerking off a couple dildos.
Yep. I remember that.
Echo. There's an echo? Okay. Was the echo in Matt Walsh? Or is it us? You guys got to be specific with that. You can't just say echo.
Echo. I'm looking for my light thing.
Your what?
My light. My light.
Oh, your satellite.
My satellite.
Yeah. Matt Walsh had an echo. Okay, so we're good. I mean, we might run into some issues later on.
He doesn't
if there's
care about
echoes.
The light.
So is that not it in your hand?
Yes, but it needs to be plugged in.
Okay, well, is that not... I don't know what happened to the plug. Okay, something happened. Oh, somebody just resubscribed for 4 months. Eddie127. Thank you, Eddie127. Oh, progress only. I don't know what you're trying to be fast about. It's Valentine's Day. You should probably slow it down a little. But progress only is running for office. So, yay, progress only. City, what was it? City Council? City something? City Commission. City Commission, that's what it was.
Yay.
So yeah, Progress Only is running for City Commission, so if you live in Progress Only City, vote for Progress Only. I'm like, don't know what to tell you. Probably don't want to dox them. I know their real name, but I'm not sharing.
Well, I have terrible lighting.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm always sorry. You want to get your microphone a little closer to your face so people can hear you?
Hi.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
Make me angry.
I make you angry?
Valentine's Day. Here. I don't have good lighting. Rushing me. I couldn't wash my straw.
Okay, but that clip of Matt Walsh was saying that it's gay to do Valentine's Day stuff was going to come up as soon as the countdown was done.
But if you didn't rush me, I would have had time.
I was just telling you that there was 1 minute and 20 seconds left. That's not rushing you.
You weren't rushing me. Okay, let's do it.
Oh, progress only. Bay City, Michigan Commission 6th Ward. So vote progress only if you live in Bay City, Michigan.
Woo-woo.
In the 6th Ward, specifically. Yeah, so before we get into the proper news item that we're covering mostly tonight, I do just want to mention, if you guys spend any amount of time on the internet and places where right-wing nut jobs and Fox News fans and stuff congregate, like Twitter, you will have probably heard that a special counsel report came out that determined that Joseph Biden was not competent to stand trial. And so they're saying we should invoke the 25th Amendment or whichever one removes presidents for being incompetent. Because if he's not competent to stand trial, he's not competent to run the country. Except that's not what the special report said. There's special commission, whatever. The report. It's not what the report said. What the report actually said. This was an investigation into the classified documents that were found at his house to see if there was any wrongdoing there. Plenty of differences between how Biden handled it and how Trump handled it. So like Biden, for instance, as soon as he learned that he had classified documents, he called up the authorities himself and was like, hey, come and investigate this shit.
I don't actually need these until we're watching a video, right?
Sure.
Oh, good.
And then when they came to investigate, he like handed everything in immediately or whatever. And then the report was seeing whether or not charges need to be filed or whatever. And I feel like the person who wrote the report kind of overstepped a little bit in their...
Oh, you were talking to me this
personal assessment. Have you not been listening? This is the news item we're not covering. But it's too big to just not mention it. But yeah, in the report, he basically said, like, oh, well, I can't see a jury convicting him of wrongdoing when, like, he's just going to be on the stand looking like a forgetful old man. And Fox News has spun that to be, like, forgetful old man equals incompetent to stand trial. But it's not... Yeah. No, it's not...
That's not really how that works.
It's not even a little bit close to that. Like we're talking about asking him today about what he did with boxes when he moved out of the White House in 2016. Like, I don't remember what I did with it.
Oh, so not even, like, currently what he...
No.
Like...
This is classified documents that ended up in his house.
I don't know what I did last week.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember if I ate dinner tonight or not. I had to pause. I mean, I did, and I had 2 helpings, but...
Yeah.
You'd think I'd remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's... It's like... Oh,
Okay,
we got the hats. We got the hats.
You got hats. I got puddles.
We got the puddles. Okay. First hat. Jessa found the hat.
Don't drink my drink, though.
Ah, there we go. Got a new hat. It doesn't get along with the headphones very well, but squid head.
It looks like you're trying to be a Rastafarian. No, you're like, I'm never gonna wear this hat again.
I already took one out of the mix because it looked like I was trying to make fun of Sikhs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramdaput says dog is greater than hat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Dog is greater than hat.
Yes.
And the alligator's eating the dog. Because when I just looked at your son's homework, it was like reversed.
Did he get it backwards, or did the teacher mark it wrong when it was right?
The teacher marked it wrong when it was right. I was like, okay, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I always remember the alligator eats the bigger thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm not confused anymore. I thought I just didn't know how to do, like, 6th grade math.
Okay. Scott Delahunt says, so should we send hat donations to VR? Yeah, I have the hat thing on stream. It makes me look ridiculous when I edit the videos and put them up later. But
like,
I do have a P.O. box if you want to send me hats.
There? Ooh.
But, yeah. So, yeah, with regards to the Biden cognitive ability thing, it's just he didn't know what he did with specific boxes that he didn't even know he was taking. It was like some aide packed them up and they just ended up in his house, and he didn't know what was going on with it. Like, 8 years later.
Yeah, I wouldn't
like,
know either.
I wouldn't do any better. So, like, yeah, it was a bit of editorializing from someone that probably shouldn't have been taking it from that angle. And then Fox News took that and was like, he's incompetent.
Of course. Of course. Okay, Puddles, you might have to come down now, though.
Okay, so now on to the actual news items that we are talking about today.
She said, no, Mom, I'm not going down. I'm just coming up. I'm going to stay here.
Okay. So, yeah, her sound quality is probably going to be garbage today because...
But they get Puddles.
You're facing directly away from your microphone while talking now.
Yeah, but Puddles
I know.
is facing the camera.
But still.
Okay, she's like, I'm done with you guys. I got nothing. Go on.
I try.
Go on.
I can only work with what I got.
Go on. You got
And what I got is her.
Oh, good girl. That's a good girl.
Good thing she's not paying attention to me right now, or I'd be in some hot water.
I hear everything you say. I just choose to ignore you.
Okay.
Okay.
News articles. Cis tomboy athlete requires police protection after GOP official implies she's transgender. So this is kind of like how everybody who knows anything about transgender rights issues and everything has been saying for a while now that, hey, the rhetoric that you guys are spewing is not just going to be harmful to trans people, like as if you need it to be worse than that, but like it's going to harm cis people as well. And this is a perfect example of that.
But not only that, it's like, I feel like kids are off the table.
Yeah.
Like,
This is a grown-ass woman who is a politician attacking a child.
like when did it become okay to bully a child?
I don't know. If you're right-wing, anytime the child's out of the womb. When it's in the womb, you got to protect it at all costs. Out of the womb, fair game.
Like, I feel like she should be banned from Facebook. Like, that's cyberbullying. Like, fucking ban her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the minimum. That's just what Facebook could do, not what like.
She should have to pay for the police escort that this girl needs now.
Ooh, that is true.
Like, they should fine her the amount that it costs them to give this girl the police escort that she needs.
Yep.
A Republican elected official in Utah has endangered the safety of a cisgender girls basketball player after falsely implying on her social media that the player was transgender. And it's resulted in police having to protect the girl from people angered by the social media post. So, like, yeah.
So what I found interesting, though, is I went to her bio on the State Board of Education, and she's been deeply involved in the fight for religious freedom, pro-life, and family-friendly education policies. Like, how is it freedom of religion if you're forcing your religion on them?
That's what freedom of religion means to Christians, is the freedom for me to force my religion on other people and be free from other people doing the same to me.
Like, that just... Oh, wait, also, student data privacy. She's...
What?
Yeah, she's pro-student data privacy.
So why is she trying... Like, let's just hypothetically say she was right about this person.
And the protection of our children's innocence.
Let's just say she was right about this person being trans. She then just doxed a trans person and exposed them to harassment. And she actually... No, it doesn't matter whether she's cis or trans. She doxed a student and exposed her to harassment when she runs on a platform of protecting student privacy. Although, you know, that's probably a dog whistle where when she says student privacy, what she means is the privacy to be in a locker room without trans people being there.
Yeah, well...
Which, can I just say that I think group change rooms are weird to begin with? Like, I feel like everybody should have a private stall.
So, first of all, in the Caribbean, we don't do the whole group change room thing, or at least not in my country. So in school for me, we would have like a group change room, but the only thing we were changing, like for girls at least, is like our shirts. We had on our sports bras already, so we weren't really... But if it was swim practice or something, people go in stalls.
Yeah, I would always, anytime I had to be in a change room situation where I would actually have to be fully nude at any point, I would always try and be early so that I could get one of these toilet stalls.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be naked in front of other people. I don't care what the other people have between their legs. I don't want them seeing mine.
We don't do that weird shit.
Yeah, well, it's even weirder in the States because apparently...
Coaches like to hang out there.
Well, yeah, coaches hang out there. Apparently showering, like having the kids all shower together is normal.
No.
And like there are stories of kids that got made fun of for not wanting to shower with the other kids.
Yeah, no. Like when I was swimming when I was younger, yeah, we had like a group shower stall. We showered with our swimsuits on.
Yeah.
Like it was not a let's get naked and party together in the shower thing. It was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
So yeah, you could solve that issue by just like giving people privacy regardless of whether they're cis, trans, or what.
But I also think she needs an education on what the word freedom means.
Balthazar 228 is asking if rhinos can swim. I know hippos can't. They just hold their breath and bounce along the bottom. That is true. I believe rhinos can swim.
I don't know. That's your department.
I know they do hang out in the water sometimes.
Yeah. She also seeks to restore freedom in America by ensuring every student in Utah is educated in the principles of freedom. I think she might need to start there because I don't think she understands what the word means.
Fennec the Rabbit says, wait, I may have a thing about freedom meaning. Please hold.
Oh, please hold. Holding.
No, that's The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I was going for hold music, and The Simpsons came out. Whoops.
I need a new chair.
Sorry. Yeah.
Are we still holding?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, continue.
On Tuesday, Utah Department of Education board member Natalie Klein posted an image on her Facebook page of a Granite School District High School Instagram post showing two girls basketball team players. Klein, who has a history of publishing anti-LGBTQ+ posts, implied that one of the larger body players was trans, writing "girls basketball ... Which, yeah, like, that might seem fairly innocuous if you're not close to this fight, but, like, that's basically her saying this person's trans.
I mean, she later did say that something about the sort.
Yeah, and then it says the larger bodied athlete is not transgender. Her parents have said she's a tomboy. I don't think that matters.
No.
That was a shit thing to do, regardless of whether she is cis and was mistaken for trans or whether she's actually trans.
Yeah, no, it's none of our business. Like, it's nobody's business. If the teams, even if she was, she was trans, if the teams are okay with her being trans, who the fuck cares? It's their sport. Yeah. They're the ones playing it.
So I generally avoid the trans people in sports debate because I just don't care about sports. Yeah. And so
I really can't right now, please.
I don't want my apathy towards sports in general to come across as apathy for people that play sports. Mm-hmm. Now, my understanding is that in most cases, and if you go to research.vicerandom.com, this is the I think it's all the way at the bottom is the sports one. Is that there was a meta-analysis that found that trans women it's always trans women that they worry about. It's never trans men, even though trans women are on performance inhibiting drugs, but the trans men are on performance enhancing drugs. Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem to be an issue. But my understanding is that in most cases, trans women do not have an advantage in sports. They perform as would be expected,
right,
from pretty much any woman with
right, but
skill set and practice level and everything.
I also have the understanding, and I'm sure it's not 100% across the board, but many of these athletes don't fucking care.
Yeah,
it's their sport. They're the ones playing it. They don't care.
But then also, another way I look at it is this is high school basketball. Mm-hmm. 99.9% of the people playing high school basketball are not going to go on to continue playing basketball in college.
No.
So why do we care that much about it?
I don't know.
It's a game to keep kids active.
Yeah, I played co-ed softball until I was 12 or 13.
We've been watching too much Bluey because when I said why should I care about that, I was picturing Unicourse going, why should I care?
I haven't seen that episode.
You haven't seen Unicourse?
No.
Oh my god. Unicourse is in at least 2 episodes.
But when I was playing softball, because of where I grew up, we actually didn't have women's teams when I grew up. Mm-hmm. So I played co-ed until I was 13.
Oh, Shannon still plays co-ed.
Yeah, well, I do now, but
soccer.
Co-ed softball now is usually beer league and it's just for fun. But
have you seen the pictures of Shannon's injuries when she goes too hard?
Yeah, she plays like she's a pro. Get injured, but when I was 13 playing with, in co-ed, I was an average player. I was better than some of the boys.
Yeah.
I was just an average player. So why can't girls play with boys? There are going to be, my sister was better than me, so she was better than a lot of the boys. But who fucking cares? They didn't care. We didn't care.
I think we had a discussion similar to this on a stream before. I think we have to play one-on-one softball or something because I said I could beat you.
Oh, yeah, no.
We got into an argument.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so she's a tomboy.
You also can't beat me at a team sport when we don't have 2 teams.
We can figure it out. You're on a team with your kids. I'm on a team with my kids.
Well, first of all,
teenager versus 4-year-old, not entirely fair.
That's not entirely fair, but also my children might take out your children.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, my kids are the ones that I had to pull them out of sports because they were not aggressive enough to even be anywhere near the other kids. They would just be standing off to the side.
Yeah.
Not knowing what to do.
And my kids would just run them over.
Yes. So yeah, the post caused a firestorm, Klein said, as multiple people shared it online and left disgusting comments. The girl's father told KSL TV. Balthazar, for $20, says, we also never talk about how expensive actually enacting any of these ludicrous bathroom bills would be. So much for the party of fiscal responsibility. I want to see the male gymnasts complaining about trans guys winning. Yeah, that's true, because women have an advantage in gymnastics.
Well, what's her Biles? Biles.
Biles?
Isn't that her name?
Oh, Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. She could probably out gymnastics.
You think she could beat me?
Yes. I mean, she developed her own like sequence. I 100% guarantee she could probably outperform many of the men, if not all of them, in gymnastics terms. Like,
Yeah.
let's just make everything co-ed.
So Klein later deleted the post and apologized, but blamed transgender people and their allies for her post.
Oh, this is the part I love. It's
They
like,
made me fucking type it out.
this is the
And
cherry.
hit post.
This is the cherry. Keep going.
We live in strange times when it is normal to pause and wonder if people are what they say they are because of the push to normalize transgenderism in our society.
Who fucking cares? None of your
How about you
business.
mind your own fucking business?
Okay, but the next part.
Yeah, I know. I had a feeling you might have some things to say here. Sadly, our good faith efforts to be accepting of differences... Good faith efforts.
What?
Yeah, fucking
like,
right.
What good faith efforts to be accepting? Accepting of what? You have been accepting of 0.
So their good faith efforts have at times been taken advantage of, causing a loss of trust, which leads to suspicions about girls, I think that's supposed to say, who are more buff than most. How about you just don't worry about who's trans and who's not,
Yeah.
and then you don't ever accidentally accuse a cis girl of being trans.
Yeah. How about we just don't
Just mind your own goddamn business.
look at girls' bodies? You're an adult. Like, don't look at her body.
This is a sad consequence of the trans movement being foisted upon us. No, it's a sad consequence of you being a bigoted asshole. Okay. This is getting itchy. Oh, yeah. Good faith. Good faith, my ass. Klein's post brought so much harassment upon the girl. Oh, that's got a drink now. Klein's post
I'll
brought
drink.
so much harassment upon the girl that the school district had to hire police protection to ensure her safety, which Klein should have to pay for.
Yeah. No, 100%.
The girl's father said Klein's apology wasn't enough and said that Klein should have learned more about his daughter's identity before making her public insinuation. Or just not made any...
Yeah.
Not commented on it.
Yeah, especially because she is a child.
Yeah, an adult commenting on what she thinks of a teenage girl's body.
Yeah, no,
That's
not
creepy
appropriate.
as fuck. That is
just not
creepy as
appropriate.
fuck. She says, or he says, what if our daughter didn't have that strong character and have our support and community support to where she internalized this? Yes. What if, worst case scenario, she could have ended her own life? Something that happens to trans people regularly, by the way, because of this exact kind of shit.
Yep.
So, yeah. Bigoted assholes are literally responsible for killing children.
Yep.
Here's a person that is supposed to be in a position of leadership that advocates for children's safety, well-being, their privacy, as she says in her thing. And she's the one who has instigated this post that has led to all this hate. So yeah, at the very least, she should be fired. Or, well, I guess she's an elected official, so she can't be fired, but she should resign.
I like what her fellow Republicans are saying.
Yeah. Jassa says, I hope the parents sue. Yeah, I feel like they could. I hope they don't sue for defamation, though, because that would be all kinds of fucked up. Like, to say that saying that I am trans is a defamatory statement.
Well, I don't know, because you could pose it that saying that I am trans and trying to pretend I'm not so that I can play on girls' sports teams because it is illegal. That could be taken.
Well, that wouldn't be defamation, though. That would... Because defamation is you insulted something about my character, which caused me to lose reputation and caused me emotional and financial damages.
Right. So she's insinuating that she's a liar.
No, because being trans doesn't make you a liar. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Is that
but what
I
I'm
hope
saying
it's-
is, I believe in Utah, they have, because it says later on,
it's
that they have laws in place that trans girls can't play on sports teams.
Yeah.
With assigned at birth girls. I'm like, what order does this go in? Anyways, So therefore, if she's playing on the team, she would have had to have lied to get
Okay.
on the team.
Yeah. Okay. That's still. I'm still not comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Lawyers have done
Trans people in the audience, you
more
chime
maneuvering
in with how you feel about this, because it makes me.
No, I agree.
I agree that they should be able to sue, but the idea that it might be a defamation suit makes me uncomfortable.
And the defamation wouldn't be because she would be trans. It would be because she was lying.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If it's in writing, it's libel. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I know that there's a difference between libel and slander or whatever the fuck.
Anyways, continue.
But I don't care because I ain't no fucking lawyer. Yeah, so Natalie Klein has a history of posting inflammatory opinions. However, this is a new level of depravity and bullying. We'll find out later that this is actually not the worst thing she's done.
No?
I mean, okay, no. You know what? I'm going to walk that back a little bit because the other thing was not entirely her fault.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Continue.
Yeah. So Klein's post perpetuates a modern-day witch hunt where hysterical adults police the bodies of children to determine if they are masculine or feminine enough, which is a fucked up thing to happen whether or not trans people are involved. Like, it's fucked up either way. Representative Kira Birkland, Republican, who sponsored a bill to ban trans girls from playing on girls' school sports teams, said that if Klein targeted her child in a similar social media post, she'd be talking to an attorney right now.
100%.
Now, again, though, this is her saying, like, the idea that she would insinuate my child is trans when my child was definitely not trans because trans is bad. Like, that is kind of yucky. But, like, still, the fact that she sees that posts like that are...
Yeah, I didn't necessarily take it like that.
Yeah, you're not used to reading all the dog whistle stuff, though.
No. I also like to see the best in people.
I am at a point where if I see an R beside someone's name, I just assume that there is no best in that person. Because that is almost universally true.
So I saw this video yesterday in my course, and it was a trans mom giving a speech. And at the end of it, she was like, I just want to address some questions or statements that I usually get. And it's like, oh, you must be liberal, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, I am a conservative Southern Baptist, blah, 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 blah. So it was like, I kind of like you. And she was all talking about, because her daughter is trans. And she was explaining.
She's trans as well?
No, she's not trans.
But her daughter's trans.
Her daughter's trans. So she was explaining
why.
why.
Okay.
Yeah, why she was supporting her daughter.
Could you see her on the video call? Because she's transparent.
Ha ha. Anyways.
Sorry.
But because she's supporting her child in socially transitioning and stuff, because I think her child was quite young, everyone was like, oh, you must be liberal, or, you're not Christian, or whatever, what will God think, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, I'm a Republican Southern Baptist from Alabama or something. And I'm like, I like you.
Fennec says you have permission to throw a shoe at me for that. Oh.
Yeah, I kind of liked her because she was very pro-trans, even though she was Republican, Southern Baptist, whatever.
Yeah, she's a member of the Leopards Eating Face Party.
I don't know what that means.
I've explained this to you before. It's the, like, oh, vote for the Leopard Eating Faces Party. And then when the leopard eats your face, you're like, I didn't think they'd eat my face.
Oh, I'm not saying that all of her beliefs are...
I know.
I'm just saying in this instance...
That's one of those things that, like, yeah, no, there's a reason that people think she's liberal, because the conservatives and, like, the Southern Baptist, like...
That was the word I was missing, conservative.
Oh, you said it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I said Republican. I don't remember saying conservative. Anyways.
Yeah, no, if you go to a Southern Baptist church in the States and say I'm trans, you're not going to get a warm reception there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
She's a member of a religion that hates who her daughter is. Said it was a daughter, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her daughter. I don't know. I was raised Southern Baptist.
Yeah, but you're not one now.
No, but I'm thinking back, like, in my church day. don't know. We were also just nice people. Like,
Yeah, like, is Southern Baptist on the islands the same as Southern Baptist in the States? Because, like, we have Pentecostal churches in Canada, but it ain't the same as the Pentecostal churches in the States.
I don't know. I feel like it could be. But also, all our pastors come from the States, too.
Progress only is saying VR mansplaining on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all I was saying was I look at people as a whole, but in that aspect, I liked that woman.
Okay.
Would I vote for her for something? I don't know. I need to know where she stands on everything else. And she wasn't running for anything. She was just giving a speech on trans rights.
Well, I don't know. My point is people that are still willing to associate with the Republican Party in this day and age are like they're the party of chaos. They're not law and order. They're not like, or this should have been another thing that I was going to cover that we're not doing a news article with, but yeah, they have been complaining for years that Biden's got open borders. Everybody's flown in through the southern border. We got all these caravans.
Didn't they say that with Obama too?
Illegal immigrants. Yeah, that's what they always say. We've got these caravans of illegal immigrants coming to the border, coming through the border, bringing fentanyl, endangering people. We need to secure the border, secure the border, secure the border. They came close to getting a bill passed that would do the things they wanted to secure the border. And then Trump was like, no, you can't pass that because then I can't campaign on securing the border. And then they kiboshed it themselves.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't, but like,
yeah, no, it was
dumb.
probably like, I haven't looked into all the details, but it probably had a bunch of stuff in there that was going to be yikes as fuck and make a lot of people's lives miserable when they're already at their worst. But like, they're literally sabotaging their own plans because they want Trump to be able to campaign on fixing the thing that they could have fixed, but chose not to for his campaign. Ugh. Yeah, no, they're like, the R beside the name is a huge red flag that
no, I agree, because I generally don't agree with Republicans on anything. But I don't know, I guess that also, seeing that also gives me hope for change, like in people who are so ingrained, like she's like, I am conservative, Republican, Southern Baptist, blah, 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 like that there is still hope for growth in people.
Yeah. Most people.
Yeah.
There are definitely a few that I'm not expecting to see any growth out of any time ever.
Oh yeah, politicians and stuff. I don't. Unless your name is Katie Porter, because I love you.
Well, Katie Porter's amazing.
I know, and I love her.
It is not brave or responsible to attack someone based on their outward appearance, especially when it's a child. It's horrible, Birkeland said. There is a process in place to make sure that high school athletics in Utah are fair and where appropriate, separated by sex. Trust the process. No, fuck that. And even if you don't trust the process, be good enough humans to handle your concerns through the appropriate channels. So yeah, I kind of agree.
Mm-hmm, that's what I said.
It's said in a very kind of condescending, like, yeah, no, I agree with you that trans people shouldn't be a thing. But like, go through the proper political channels when policing children's bodies.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of yikes, but it's a little bit less yikes. So Klein has, Utah governor and lieutenant governor have said that Klein has embarrassed the state of Utah and the State Board of Education. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Utah's a pretty embarrassing state to begin with. Like, that's the one that the Mormons are from. Have y'all seen Mormons? Mittens Romney? You don't know who Mitt Romney is, do you?
I know the name. Do I know what he's done in life? No.
He ran for president once.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Progress Only says, Katie Porter is nice, but she still has some flaws. Yeah, everybody's got flaws.
I mean, except
but
me,
she's,
I'm fucking perfect.
She is really good at working the sound bites. It's like, yeah, a lot of times her whiteboard shenanigans are leaving a lot of nuance out, but like, she's good at getting to the heart of the issue with them.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, some things you just can't get into the nitty gritty, so you have to just be able to like summarize it.
And that's something that Republicans have always been better at than Democrats, is just going for the sound bites. because like everybody's heard about the caravans at the border, but like you don't hear about the fact that like there is an actual asylum process, and like 99% of asylum seekers actually do go to their court date, unlike what you'll hear on Fox News. And like they are mostly just families looking for a better life that actually do legitimately have scary reasons to leave their countries. There was a podcast I listened to that he was talking to an immigration lawyer, and the immigration lawyer was talking about how like it's so important for lawyers working and things like that to take care of their mental health, because one of the things that he had to deal with is that like, I was trying to get this guy asylum. He said, if I go back to my country, I will die.
Yeah.
And the judge said, yes, I believe you that if you go back to your country, these people will kill you in exactly the way that you have said. Unfortunately, because of the situation, the specifics of the situation or whatever, it's not one where I can legally grant you asylum. So you have to go back where you came from. And then he found out like 2 years later that he went back home and was indeed killed in exactly the way he said he was going to be killed. And that takes a toll on you. Yep. And like these are human beings.
Yep.
You got to remember that. But
I liked your meme that you sent me the other day. I think it was you that sent me it. About the assassin.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it now. That was great.
Yeah, so again, this is the governor and lieutenant governor say, the last thing our children need is an elected official harassing them on social media. Yeah, like it's bad enough when an adult is harassing a child on social media, but when it's an elected official, that's even worse. Yeah. We urge the State Board of Education to hold her accountable. State Education Board wrote that it is very concerned about Klein's post and the harm it has caused students and families. It added, we are deeply saddened by the events that have taken place and will be taking prompt action regarding this matter, as determined by the full board, though it said the board has no power or authority to unseat an elected official. Yeah, she should be fined. It was a Saturday morning breakfast cereal comic that she's talking about. It says, I think if women ruled the world, there'd be less war. She says, way less. War is for show-off genders. Most of the time, all you need is an assassination and targeted propaganda. Died suddenly, but no signs of violence. Appears to have been visiting his mistress and doing drugs. Please stop getting more specific.
I'll tell you.
That was not a suggestion that anyone take any concrete actions. That was merely me reading a comic.
Oh, my suggestion was to let women rule the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was my suggestion.
Just say the way you kind of was like, yeah, just saying at the end there could have been seen as maybe a call to do something.
What people insinuate from my words is their their business.
Okay. In September 2020, and she's got a history of like not only posting hateful shit, but also like getting in trouble for it.
Yep.
So like in September of 2021, Klein was censured for promising to make some phone calls in a social media post after seeing a photo of a sign at a seminary welcoming LGBTQ people near Layton High School, which the State Board of Education determined was had incited hate speech. So she made a post that incited other people to do hate speech, which is not something an education board member should be doing.
Nope.
She's called LGBTQ plus students gender confused, accused educators of learning how to indoctrinate your children, said a natural family can only consist of a mother and father. She accused the Utah Pride Center for being after your children's hearts and minds. And then this last one says she also published a post encouraging people to shoot LGBTQ plus people and allies. That one is a stretch. They shouldn't have phrased it this way, because like if you actually click on this and read it, it was the
I was confused when I did.
Yeah, it was the post that she said Klein posted an image of a progressive pride flag displayed during a new student orientation at Layton High Seminary. So that's the one where she said that she's going to make some phone calls. The world is too much with us. And that encouraged someone else to then repost that and say, time to get the muskets and, do some shooting or whatever. Yeah, time to get our muskets. And then this article says, a musket is an old-fashioned firearm used between the 16th and 19th centuries. Thanks. We were in danger of not realizing that. So yeah, she didn't encourage people to shoot LGBTQ plus people. She made a post that caused someone to think that it was a good idea to say time to get the muskets. Which, it's a fine line, but it's also a line that's really easy to stay really far away from. So like, yeah, it's not as bad as they made it out to be here, but it ain't good.
No. I went down a rabbit hole of Kira Birkland.
No. Jimanian has no grandparents in the natural family. Has she ever been to a traditional farm? So in July 2023, she wrote on social media, schools are not only complicit in the grooming of children for sex trafficking. No, they're not. But they are aiding and abetting this evil practice by giving kids easy access to explicit, unnatural, and twisted sexual content and brainwashing them into queer gender-bending ideologies. So the thing about that is that the materials she's referring to, it always, when you look into it, it ends up being educational materials. Sure, some of them, maybe it gets a bit too specific in the details, but it depends on what age group you're talking about.
Right, there's age-appropriate things for every age group.
But I guess the problem is that often these books are just in the library that kids from several different age groups can access them. So potentially you could have a young kid taking out something with detail.
First of all,
yeah, I know the internet's a thing. They're not innocent.
Well, not even that. Which kids are going to the library? Your child who loves to read
the kids are
goes to the library to play video games.
Yeah.
There is no looking at the books at the library.
Yeah, and also I don't know, but it is an objective fact. This is something that has been studied, that when you provide kids with comprehensive sex education, it not only makes them safer from things like teen pregnancies and STIs and stuff, but it also makes them safer from falling prey to groomers and predators.
And I believe when I read the research on that, they also tend to start having sex later.
Because then they're actually thinking about the consequences instead of just penis hard, need do now.
I mean, maybe
there's still that.
Men.
There's still... Okay.
Maybe it's because the women are no. So then the men can't because the women or the girls aren't.
Maybe. But yeah, no, education is good. And so this is something that I've been kind of playing with some of the people.
Education is good.
Education good.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I've been kind of playing with the anytime I post anything trans affirming, I get a bunch of people calling me a groomer. So I've been kind of playing with them now. And the last one I posted was someone was actually taking a flamethrower to a bunch of these educational books. And so I would retweet them and be well, it's been studied and it's been shown objectively that kids having access to educational materials such as this keeps them safe from groomers. So are you grooming children out of ignorance and stupidity, or are you a predator?
They're all predators.
And they don't like it when I do that. But,
damn, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you want to talk about jewelry?
Jewelry?
It's Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, but you have on the wrong article, so I was very confused.
Well, yeah, it's because I hadn't switched yet.
Oh.
Because if you said, no, I don't want to talk about jewelry, I wasn't going to...
I did, I watched it.
Okay. You watched the ad?
I watched the ad, and I have a Pandora bracelet, and now I'm now I want more Pandora.
Okay, so this comes to us from thepinknews.com and was sent to me by someone, and I made a note of it, but the note seems to have disappeared. Probably Fennec, because Fennec sends me everything.
Is he a rabbit?
Fennec the rabbit is Fennec, yes.
Okay. I was either that's him or I've heard it somewhere else.
Oh, no.
Or them, because I actually don't know.
No. Fennec sent me the
next
last one. Fennec sent me the last one.
If you sent us this article, can you please just raise your hand?
I found this one on my own. Fennec sent me the last one. Sorry, Fennec.
Guys, you missed your chance to take credit for it.
Okay, so this is the 1 million moms thing. Oh yeah, no, this is the one I found myself because of, like, as soon as I saw 1 million moms in the headlines.
We just call them 1,000 moms.
No, because they're 1 million moms.
Yeah, but there's only really 1,000. So.
No, there's about 4,000. They have 4,000 followers on Twitter.
1,000 moms.
So, fun fact.
Okay, hold on. Is 4,000? You said 4,000?
Yeah, about that.
It's closer to 1,000 than it is 1 million.
Yes.
So 1,000 moms.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sure, if we're doing nearest order of magnitude.
Well, I mean, there's no
yes.
other logical way because clearly 1 million doesn't.
1 million moms has 4,300. It actually went, as the page was loading, it went from 4,321 followers to 4,320. So they lost a follower as I loaded the page.
Maybe they're one of your viewers. They're like, shit, I gotta go.
Someone saw I was typing it in and was like, nope, no, they can't see that I'm following that. Yeah, so. Oop, no, that's the next one. Yeah, so 4,320 moms. Fun fact about them, there have been several TV shows that I've discovered through their petitions that is like, oh, I kind of want to watch that now. Yeah, like, not the least of which is the DuckTales reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fantastic. But we started watching Has Been Hotel before I found the 1 Million Moms article for it.
Oh.
But yes, there is an article for it.
Why didn't you put that one in?
Because this is the one that is more
I know,
recent.
but I watched the Has Been Hotel.
Like, this was published today. So, like, this
Fine.
is breaking news.
Breaking news! You didn't put your breaking news in. You should have put your breaking news in.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually notice that it was published today until just now.
You're a terrible journalist.
I am. I really am. An advert for jewelry brand Pandora featuring two women... Jewelry brand Pandora featuring two women hugging and kissing has angered members of a conservative Christian group.
Oh no, we've angered people!
So the commercial shows various people giving one another gifts, including a straight couple with a child who are getting engaged, a daughter receiving a bracelet from her mother, and a lesbian couple with a necklace.
No! Every man's fantasy! That's actually what they're angry about.
They were hot.
That's actually what they're angry about, by the way.
No, because
now their husband can just, like, watch porn and be like, no, I'm just watching this jewelry ad. I might be getting you something.
Okay. If you can't tell the difference between lesbian porn and a jewelry ad where they, like, kiss for a second.
Christians might not be able to. I don't know. They say they never watched porn.
Was when I was a Christian, and I said I never watched it.
I'm just saying, if the people are following their rules.
So, when I was rotoscoping Mike Winger doing this with his hands, and put the dicks in them, I noticed.
Do they know what you're talking about?
If they follow me on Twitter, they do.
Oh, why don't you just play it?
Because, so I looked into the terms of service. I should be able to get away with it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Twitch is very much no sex toy.
Oh,
ever.
See, I told you, eggplant it.
Yeah, okay. But you told me that after I already spent like 2 hours doing it.
No, well, you didn't tell me that's what you were doing. So.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I noticed was that when Mike was doing this with his hands, like he was doing them at different times, his right hand was much more like steady and consistent than his left. So I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to put that information out there and let everybody draw what conclusions they may from that information.
Ugh.
Oh, Otaku Senpai says, what is a million moms' problem with DuckTales? I've talked about this so many times, and I never get tired of it, so thank you for making me talk about it again. There is a gay couple on screen for like 1 second. Like, it's literally just two guys standing beside each other that each have like shirts on saying like, I'm with my husband, and they both pointed at each other or something stupid like that.
Oh, we should
like, my husband is crazy. My husband is crazier. It was some like couple's shirt like that where they were both
but now
men.
I'm like,
They were on screen for...
Hold on. Now I got an idea. We got to get shirts that says, like, I wear my wife is crazy and it points at you, and you wear my husband's crazy and it points at me.
Sure.
Fine. Don't find the humor in the things I like. Whatever.
I would do that. But yeah, no. So they were on screen for like 1 second, and it was a gay couple. So 1 Million Moms was like, we need to petition them to cancel the show. And what was the best part about that is that they completely missed that in the same season, they dropped very heavy-handed hints that Donald Duck is trans. And it has been confirmed that it is canonical that Donald Duck is trans. Is Donald Duck in the cartoons, he can often be, as if he's ever not in the cartoons. The cartoon characters in the cartoons sometimes. Yeah, so in the shows, Donald Duck is frequently seen laying eggs.
In the Donald Duck show?
Yeah. In the various shows that Donald Duck has been in.
He was in the Donald Duck show, though, right?
I don't know if there is a show called the Donald Duck Show.
I think there was.
Sure. But he lays eggs occasionally. Like if you startle him, he'll lay an egg in fear and run away or something like that. That's something that female ducks do. What else was there? Oh, he's got a twin sister. Mm-hmm. And I think it actually did confirm that they are identical twins in the new DuckTales show. Ooh. Which means that one of them has to be trans because you don't get different.
Right. Yeah. Identicals are
identical is identical.
Way. Yeah.
So yeah, one of them has to be trans if they're identical twins. And I'm pretty sure they did confirm that. And then there was like an interview with one of the showrunners or like one of the writers or someone on the show that was like, yeah, no, that's what we were getting at. So yeah, canonically, Donald Duck is trans, and 1 Million Moms completely missed that in the exact same season because they couldn't get their eyes off of the gay couple that were on screen for a second.
What is like right in front of your face.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the big hint that Donald was trans is that there was an episode where they get transformed into mermaids, and Donald's mermaid tail is the trans flag, basically. Yeah. So like, not only do we have mermaids, which are kind of a trans thing to begin with, but his mermaid tail was the trans flag.
Right. Donald Duck Show was called Donald Duck Presents.
Okay, so it was not called the Donald Duck Show.
You know what I was getting at.
Anyway, yeah, no, that's... Now that we've talked about trans Donald Duck and 1 Million Moms being okay with trans Duck, apparently, but not with a gay couple being on screen for a second, we can get back to what they have to say about the Pandora commercial.
Yeah, watch the video.
Yeah, I'm not playing the video on this.
Oh,
I feel like the music's going to be copyrighted.
Oh. Because I was going to say, they missed the polycule at the beginning.
I think that was supposed to be the mother giving daughter.
No, there was 3 of them. There was 3 people.
Oh, no, that was the couple with the kid getting engaged.
Huh?
That was the couple with the kid getting engaged.
No.
Okay, sure.
It was just 3 women. The very first...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I do remember that one. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, conservative Christian group 1 Million Moms. That tracks for them that they would miss the thing that
that's what I mean.
Think
Unless
they would think
it's
was
like
worse.
I am gay, they don't see it.
Yeah.
So they're like, they don't even know it exists.
She is looking at pictures of Donald Duck now. I guess I have to.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm actually trying to find because clearly people have done their own. I'm trying
Donald
to find
Duck trans mermaid tail. Let's see. Is that going to show up? Oh, I'm going to need to crop it.
Oh, that was actually it from the cartoon?
No, that's not it from the cartoon, but that is those were the colors of the tail. I think this is how do I do this without Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do it this way. Where's window capture? Window capture.
We're both just over here doing our own thing.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, there we go. That's Donald Duck wearing basically the trans flag colors on his mermaid tail. It's missing white, and yeah, there's no yellow on the trans flag. I don't think. No, it's pink, white, and turquoise.
Oh yeah.
But it's pretty close. Mm-hmm. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Is that the trans flag on his tail?" And so I started Googling it, and that's when I found all this other stuff about him, like laying eggs, and the interview where they confirm that yes, he's trans. Of course, he's trans. He's got a twin sister.
See, the problem is like I need to see it from the episode, but I think this is it here. Nah, god damn it.
That is the episode, the lost harp of whatever.
But like him sitting on this rock, or them sitting on this rock.
No, he's a he. He's still a he.
Have they ever actually said that though? We assumed he was a he.
Pretty sure. I don't know. Everybody. Okay. Anyway, 1 million moms published a statement on their website claiming that Pandora was showing an alternative lifestyle to flaunt their jewelry.
Yes, he's a he because he's Uncle Donald.
Yes.
There we go. Sorry, continue.
An alternative lifestyle to flaunt their jewelry. Yeah, and it made you want to buy more of it.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it was a successful advert. Unfortunately, Pandora blatantly throws homosexuality in the viewer's face with the lesbian couple's intimate embrace. They don't seem to have a problem with them throwing heterosexuality in people's faces with the straight couple's intimate embrace.
No, why would they though?
I mean, I guess I don't think the straight couple actually kissed and the lesbians did. But like, still, straight kissing has been on TV for ages. And nobody has batted an eye.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think I've now decided it's not about the kids, it's about their husbands, but they can't say that, so they have to make it about the kids. The kids can't see this, it's the husbands can't see it.
The group claimed they were remaining diligent in standing up for biblical scripture, which prohibits sexual perversion of this type, and that God will not tolerate this sinful behavior. The fact that the commercial aired means that God tolerated it.
That's true.
Like, yeah, you can say that the people that made the commercial will burn in hell if they don't repent, but like, that's a next life problem, not a this life problem. God tolerated the commercial in this life.
Amen, brother.
Rosina Keller says, so technically Donald Duck can reproduce asexually? No, I think when he lays eggs, they're not fertilized. I don't think he's ever laid an egg that hatched.
Now we're like, Donald Duck ever laid an egg that hatched?
This stream turns into the Donald Duck lore stream. Turns out Donald Duck had a kid. While there is concern about how this advertisement is pushing the LGBTQ agenda, their agenda, by the way, is leave us alone and let us live.
Hold on. Wait. We're going back to Donald Duck.
This is going to be a really hard episode to edit.
But if he has nephews, that means his sister had kids.
Yes.
So why wouldn't he be able to have...
His sister got stuck on the moon for years.
Why wouldn't he be able to have kids? Like,
I didn't say he wouldn't be able to.
But I don't understand the question.
Don't think because he lays eggs.
Yeah. But what was the question?
If Donald Duck can reproduce asexually. But he doesn't lay fertilized eggs.
Okay.
So he's not actually reproducing. He's just doing the hen thing of laying an egg.
Right. Okay. I don't know where I was going with that then.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
But yeah, so the advertisement is pushing the LGBTQ agenda, which is just let us exist.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's as nefarious as it gets. Just leave us be, let us exist. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's the whole agenda.
I just don't get why it bothers other people.
It's also of great concern that this commercial is airing when children are likely to be watching. Because, some of them are LGBTQ, and heaven forbid they see a reflection of themselves represented in the media so that they can be more comfortable with themselves.
Also, what kid nowadays watches TV that has commercials?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, like, they must think that sexuality is such a fragile thing that, like, seeing lesbians kiss would turn someone gay.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's not about kids.
Would a gay person? No, I'd be grown up adult, like kid, adult, doesn't matter.
No, what I'm saying is it's not about the kids in the sense that it's about their husbands.
Yeah, their husbands watch.
Husbands see it, they'll be all lustful and they might commit the masturbation and so they can't actually say it's about the husbands because then they're going to make their husbands look weak and that wouldn't be good according to Sharon Janus. So then
that's our other podcast. Tune in on Thursdays when we feel like it, apparently, because we haven't done that in like 3 weeks. Okay, I had laryngitis. That's a legitimate reason not to do a talking show.
I don't remember what I had. I had kids. I feel like that's a legit reason. So yeah, it's not about the kids. It's about ensuring that their husbands doesn't commit the sinful act of the masturbation.
Yeah, okay, but
and then he might get the AIDS.
My point is that, like, with how they think turning gay happens, you'd think that conversion therapy wouldn't actually be conversion therapy. It would just be like, sit down and watch a straight couple kiss, and that'll turn you straight.
I'm like, ew.
Oh, apparently extant dinosaurs like raptors and chickens can go through parthenogenesis, so they can lay an egg that is fertile without being fertilized sometimes.
See?
That doesn't surprise me, but I don't think I was aware of that before. They also launched a petition which urges followers to sign if they agree that the commercial is inappropriate, calling on the company to pull its LGBTQ plus inclusive ad immediately. The website states that more than 14,000 people have signed so far. So yeah, we're still 2 orders of magnitude away from 1 million. And then I love the final line of the article says, 1 million moms is a relatively small group and believed by many to have far fewer than 1 million followers.
Well, I looked on Pandora's website, and I don't really think they care what 1 million moms has to think.
Probably not.
No.
Is it full of the gay?
No, but like they are all about diversity and inclusion. So I'm like, I don't think they give a shit.
Yeah, so here's the thing about that. We're talking about a corporation and how it's running things. They didn't make that ad because they got pressure from the LGBTQ agenda.
Yeah.
They ran that ad because someone with a degree in marketing did a market analysis and determined that they would make more money if they included representation in their ad. And so now 1 million moms with their 14,000 signatures, like 98% of which weren't going to be buying anything from Pandora anyway, that's not going to affect anything for them.
No.
Yeah, so...
Like I said, 1,000 moms. It's really just one mom, and she's just been like logging in from so many different accounts.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me because some of these people have no life. This is all they do. I don't know how they pay their bills, but there are people that like they spend so much time on Twitter and stuff.
All of these free email accounts, then they put up this blog site which has advertisements, and so therefore all of their email addresses who are subscribed to that.
Yeah, that they would have to be VPNing it with every separate email address, and like I don't know of any VPNs.
You're getting a little too technical right
now. No, because if you do that, you get booted out of the ad program. You're not allowed to do that. If I watch my videos too many times on YouTube, they will take away my partnership thing. Now, I'd have to do that a fucking lot in order to hit that.
What happens when I leave it running?
Like I said, I'd have to do it a fucking lot for it to hit that.
Oh, okay.
But like, they do IP logging to like make sure that. Like, that's actually a metric I can look at is like, this is how many people viewed your video. And these are how many what's the word? Unique viewers. This is how many unique viewers came and watched it. It's like, some people will go back and watch it twice. Some people will watch the first half and then they'll come back to it later. That counts as 2 views on the view counter, but it's the same person that just finished watching it.
But then it also doesn't take into consideration multiple households. Does it?
Yeah, but that's why there's leniency with it. So like, as long as we're not
getting
watching,
way too fucking technical. You know that, right?
I know. As long as we're not
nobody out there cares about
getting
this.
thousands and thousands of views from our IP address, they're not going to do anything about it. But like, that's what I'm saying is if she did that for the ad revenue on her blog thing, that would get her kicked out of the ad program.
Maybe it's 1,000 moms. I don't know.
All right. So this article was sent to me by Kelly. Kelly is apparently a friend of the victim in this situation. Trans man hospitalized after being shot with a pellet gun while shopping for groceries. So this is, again, the real impact that comes from these stupid transphobic bigots posting their hateful rhetoric all over the place. It gets people all worked up and willing to do things like this. Like, it actually, like, I don't want to make this comparison lightly, but it's hard not to make this comparison. It is very similar to what Nazi Germany did to Jewish people leading up to the Holocaust. Like, they demonized them everywhere they could, got it to a point where people were comfortable doing hate crimes against Jewish people. And then that led to the Holocaust.
Yep.
So, like, this is legitimately one of the, like, if you look up the stages of genocide.
Oh, I was just about to talk about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is it. Like, we are in the process of getting, like, we're in one of the stages of genocide of trans people. And so, yeah, like, there's this one. There's also the trans girl in England who was stabbed 14 times this week. I don't even know. And then we get into that in this article, is that hate crimes during Pride Month are up. Like, the whole point of Pride Month is to get people used to the fact that LGBTQ people exist so that they can just live the rest of the time. A trans man was hospitalized after being shot 5 times with a pellet gun, and he said enough is enough following the attack, which left him absolutely traumatized. Of course it has, because like he was like a block away from his home or something when this happened. So like he's in his own neighborhood, and somebody did a drive-by shooting. Like, yeah, it's a pellet gun, but still, he had to go to the hospital to tend his wounds. So it's not like.
But like, even if it's just a pellet gun, you're being shot. That's all you know in the moment. And it's hitting you in places, you can feel it.
He's also got multiple sclerosis.
Yep.
So he's probably more susceptible to.
Yep. But I mean, like, you know that it hit you, you know it's bleeding, but you don't know what internal organs are hit either.
Yeah. Yeah, no, pellet guns can kill.
So it's like, a gun is a gun.
Yeah. So he was shot 5 times around midnight in Pontiac, Michigan, while he was in his, he's got MS, and he's on an electric wheelchair going to get his groceries, and somebody did a drive. Like, who shoots a guy in a wheelchair? What kind of sick fuck does that?
I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Why can't people just be good people?
So, yeah, he's traumatized by the attack, which happened less than 2 blocks from his home while he was going to the store for groceries in his electric wheelchair. He recalls how someone from a small beige 4-door car opened fire on him, shooting metal bullets from a pellet gun 5 times, hitting him once in each leg, twice in his side, and once on his wrist. They drove away shouting slurs and laughed after they shot me. All I could feel was fear, and I fled. I felt like there was a spotlight on me, and I needed to get off the sidewalk and onto my street. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm implying into this statement, which I like my implication, in a sense, he said that I needed to get off the sidewalk and onto my street. So it seems like on his street, he might actually have like support. It sounds like it. Because he didn't say get into my house. He just said get onto my street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm hopeful at least the people in his vicinity are supportive. Like,
hopefully.
Because, I mean, this is a traumatic experience for him. And he still has to continue to live in that neighborhood. So knowing that you have a community who is going to look out for you can make all the difference in the healing process.
Yeah. So he said he was close to having a panic attack when the police arrived. He called his husband, who then called an ambulance for him. He was probably in shock. And he said he headed back home as he bled from the 5 wounds, and shortly after he was taken to the hospital for treatment. And he says he's speaking out about it because enough is enough. It's 2023 and attacks like this shouldn't be happening. They should have never been happening. Never should have been happening. No one should have to live in fear for being their authentic self. I'm hoping that my story will help others speak up, that my voice will be joined with others that have suffered until we are a crowd and we are loud enough to finally be heard and changes can be made to protect the community. So, like, yeah, this is why I chose to cover this one instead of the stabbing stories, not only because it was sent to me by someone who knows this person, but because, like, I feel like the more publicity that more stories like this get, the more sympathy people will have.
Yeah.
It's like wherever you stand on trans issues, do you really think it's okay to do a drive-by shooting of someone as a joke? Someone who's in a wheelchair?
But I wouldn't even say it's a joke.
They thought it was a joke. They were laughing about it as they drove away.
Yeah, but I don't know that they were doing it as a joke. They just find being mean funny.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the two. And I think they just find being mean funny.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I chose to cover this one, because like I want to get more coverage out there, like as if my tiny little channel is really going to have that big of an impact, but like every little bit helps.
Yeah, but you never know as well.
And I said, even if I'm not alive to see it because of my health issues, I don't care about me. We need to do something. And yeah, so Pride Month in 2023 saw an increase in hate and extremism. There were at least 145 anti-LGBTQ plus extremist incidents reported in the U.S. during June's Pride Month this year. So, yeah, that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I really should have done these in a different order, because the next news item I have kept secret from you. You
Dun, dun, dun.
are not aware of it yet.
Okay, what are we talking about? Am I in the news? Like, Heidi is so fabulous?
No. So,
God damn it.
once in a short while, or once in a very short while, there is a news story that completely changes how we see the world. It's just something that's so groundbreaking and amazing, and it just changes your perspective on life.
This better not be like the equivalent to a dad joke, but a news article.
And so today, I have found this news story. Yes, of course, I am talking about... What the fuck button do I push?
I don't know. Blah, 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 blah.
I am talking about the fact that the characters in Bluey are in a polyamorous relationship.
Someone actually wrote an article?
No.
Or did you write the article?
I put together my evidence.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one for the hats.
Okay. I'm excited. I want to hear.
Okay.
He's been trying to convince me of this.
Yes. So, her kids watch Bluey. Oh, God. Yeah. My kids watch Bluey, even though it's technically too young for them.
Yeah, but we watched Bluey.
Yeah, I know. We watch it. It's a good show. Yeah. Bluey is an amazing show.
Yeah.
It's great. It teaches good values. It teaches teaches kindness. It's a really good example of a show with like an involved dad who actually like cares about his family and plays with his kids, and it's not like the comic trope of like just incompetent dad.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when I read it, like the creator of Bluey is the dad. Like not the dad, but is a dad, and that's kind of what he wanted.
We'll get that's actually something I want to talk about,
sorry.
because I'm not the first person to notice this.
Okay, go on.
I am the first person that's taken the polyamorous tack, though, because everybody else is just like, oh, Bandit's cheating on Chili. Bandit is the dad, Chili is the mom, Bluey is the main character, dog in the middle there.
I was just about to go, and this one's Bluey, but they can't see what I'm doing.
Bingo is Bluey's sister. So yes. There are articles out there talking about how Bandit is cheating on Chili, and Chili's also cheating on Bandit or whatever. But I'm the first person that's been like, no, they're not cheating on each other. They're fine. Mm-hmm. They're polyamorous. So I am not. I just want to make this explicit. This is not me coming at it being like, oh, polyamory bad. They shouldn't have this in kids' show. I actually think it's a neat way of them sneaking in a bit of like, sometimes there are different family situations, and stuff like this is fine. And it's like, if that's what makes them happy, then they're happy. Because like, if you like all of the episodes of Bluey that have nothing to do with the stuff I'm going to be talking about now, the parents are madly in love with each other.
Yeah.
And it's great.
They are.
It like is very clear that they are madly in love with each other. So like, they're fine.
I don't know, but for me, even just knowing that, I'm like,
yeah, Alpha Mariox is saying it could also be an open relationship. Yeah, I open or poly.
Yeah. But God damn it. You can't interrupt me.
Well, the chat interrupted me.
Bluey. We're talking about Bluey. Oh, and now knowing this information, it doesn't make a fucking difference.
No, it's still a great show.
In how I see the show.
It's still amazing.
Like, it does not impact the storyline at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first, we have the white dog at the top is a lady named Wendy.
Okay.
This is how I first noticed it, and because like I did notice this before I found the articles about it, but like, so if we look at some clips, that was how Bandit was first introduced to Wendy. Did you catch it?
He was rubbing his bum on the window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first time she saw him was his naked butt rubbing up against the window.
Okay.
Next time he saw Wendy, this is what happened. Oh, no. Sorry.
Morning, Wendy. Do you know I like to smack my bum as hard as I can?
So she looks not impressed, but like that was the kind of eye roll that you would give me if I did something like that. So like that is very much like a dad joke kind of thing. Like, well, that was not a this is my creepy neighbor doing inappropriate things.
No, see, this is the problem. In my head, I'm like, well, now I need to see the first episode in entirety because maybe he's just having an inside joke with her that he accidentally showed her his bum the first time.
No, that was that episode was copycat. So he was I think Bluey was supposed to be copying everything that he was doing, and so he was trying to make Bluey do something embarrassing. But Bluey wasn't playing along at that point or something. I don't know. I haven't actually seen that whole episode either.
So I still don't buy it. That's
okay.
just
Okay.
What's your coincidence thing?
Sorry?
Your coincidence thing.
What do you mean?
That the thing you're doing with the Lord of the Rings, the coincidence thing.
Oh, undesigned coincidences?
Yeah.
That proves it true, though.
No.
That's the point of the thing. Okay, so this one is kind of innocuous. It's just a couple neighbors chatting, but like...
Morning again.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to hear these, aren't I?
Oh, you haven't been hearing this whole thing?
No.
God damn it, you're supposed to put your headphones on. Okay. Let's start over.
Morning, Wendy. Do you know I like to smack my bum as hard as I can?
So now that you've heard him say that, does that ring a little differently to you? Especially with the noise?
Well, no. Not that I know now that he's just trying to get Bluey to do something that...
Yeah, okay, but like it's a kid's show. It's not just going to come out and do something like that out of nowhere.
I know, but no, I'm still not buying it.
Okay. But yeah, the next one is it's just kind of on its own it would be innocuous neighbors chatting, but like I think as part of the whole, it shows that they do have a bit of a deep relationship.
Morning again, Wendy. Ooh, I like the new look.
Thanks.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, looking good, which by itself is nothing. But like taken as a whole, they're very familiar with each other. I forget which one's next.
Just keep walking, Wendy.
Oh yeah. So this is Ragdoll. So in this one, he has like the kids have said, I want to go for ice cream. And then he's trying to teach them a lesson about how when you work for something, it's better. And so he's like, okay, well, we'll go for ice cream, but I'm going to flop onto the floor and be a ragdoll, and you have to get me into the car, get me to the ice cream shop,
Okay,
and then you can get ice cream, and you will have earned it then. And so Wendy walks by and sees that, and she has no problem getting all physical with him.
This doesn't concern you.
It does now. Come on, girls.
Hey, Wendy, watch the hands.
Watch the hands.
Bossing around young children.
Hey, watch the prickles.
So she gets very physical with him there, but it doesn't end there because
Pay attention, girls.
she lifts him into the car.
Engage the core. Straight back. Ready, and...
Look at those quads.
And the show actually goes out of its way to have him appreciating her legs. And then
I'm sure I should be driving in this condition.
What? So we don't get ice cream?
Not unless you can drive.
Drag yourselves in, kids. I'll drive you to the shops.
So how many neighbors are comfortable just hopping in someone else, like their neighbor's car, and driving their kids around town? Like, they are very familiar with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, Wendy!
small
And-
town.
and-
Wendy, I paid for him.
Oh, yes. Here's your change.
She also like went through his wallet, got his money. So she's very comfortable
Yeah.
being
there-
in his personal space.
Yeah.
And
You know who you're talking to, right?
yeah.
The person that's very comfortable in like my friend's personal space. Like I will go into my friend's house and go into their fridge and get a juice. Like,
Oh, apparently there's a nasty echo on this.
oh,
I'm sorry. I did fucking do stuff to mitigate the echo.
are they hearing it through my headphones? Since my ears are so close to the mic.
No.
Are they hearing it through your headphones?
Oh, I have my system sounds going out on the stream. That shouldn't be happening.
Oh.
Just make sure. Okay. So, echo should be gone. Oh yes, the sheepdog episode. This is what really clinched it for me. This is the first episode where I saw that and was just like, something happening there.
Okay, let's go. Bring
So-
it on.
So he rams his face into her butt.
Ears.
That will
She does-
not happen twice.
She does get mad at him and tell him it's not going to happen again. But also, like, that could just be playing around because she knows what kind of guy he is.
Why don't you kids go upstairs and play with Judo? I'll look after your sheep for you.
For real life? Are you sure?
Yes.
I'll look after him while you guys go play.
Okay, I'm buying it a little more now.
Yeah,
Buying it a
yeah.
little bit more now.
And then at the end of that episode, this is where I got the polyamory thing from originally, or open marriage, is that she is now cutting his hair in the backyard, and his wife comes out.
Hi, Wendy. Oh, hi, Chili. How you feeling, doll? I'm good, thanks. Oh, that's the shot. Sit still.
He's playing a sheep.
Is everything okay? Yep, all good here. Just sorting out this mullet. Oh, thanks. You go relax. I'll pop him over the fence when he's done.
Oh, that was the last of the Wendy clips. Yeah, so she sees him in Wendy's yard getting a haircut, which is a very intimate thing.
No,
No,
you read too much into this.
but like that was right after she sent the kids away so she could take care of him, and now she's like, I'll pop him back over the fence when he's done, and Chili's just fine with it.
Well, she seemed like, what the fuck is going on? She's
Yeah,
like,
at first, but then it was like, I'm getting rid of the mullet. Oh yeah, thanks. I hated that. Great.
no, it
and
sounded more
and
like,
she was happy about it.
okay, I guess.
No, because she didn't expect to see him getting a haircut in her backyard.
Yeah, but I didn't get any of that. It was more like a, okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but okay.
I got that. I don't know. I read that differently, as that like she might have been confused at the specifics, but she was perfectly happy to have him over there.
But then also, when you take into context the typical Bluey show, there's always a game.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
He was being a sheep.
yeah. So I feel like Chili would be like, "Where's your dad?" "Oh, he's being a sheep, Mrs. Blah blah blah." And then she goes upstairs and looks out the balcony and sees her husband, and she's like, "Oh." She knows he's playing a sheep, but she's confused as to why he's getting his hair cut.
She didn't know he was playing a sheep.
But you don't know that because you don't know.
No, I did know that because she didn't know it in the episode.
Oh, how do you know she didn't know?
Because I've seen the episode. That's the one where she goes.
I'm asking for fucking specifics.
That's the one where she says, "I need 20 minutes to myself," and she goes and locks herself in a room. And so, Bandit being a sheep was him trying to keep the kids from bothering her.
Okay.
And that's why he rammed her in the butt, is because she was like, "Oh,
Yes,
he's being a sheep.
I
I'm
get
going to go
that.
get Chili."
But I'm saying when she woke up, she was like, "Hey girls, where's your dad?"
No, they were playing in Wendy's house.
In her house?
Yes,
Oh, well now it makes more.
they were playing
sense.
with judo.
Well, now it makes more sense. Because
Like my theory makes more sense.
no,
No, my
like
theory makes
why
more
he
sense.
was in her yard?
Okay,
Because that
okay.
that was the confusing part. Like, why would he leave his yard to go to her yard?
Oh no, that wasn't. Oh, we'll get to Stumpfest. Stumpfest is in here.
Yeah, I've seen Stumpfest.
Yeah. So that's Bandit and Wendy having their thing together. But Chili also might have a thing with Pat.
Okay,
So
bring it on.
Yeah.
What was that?
So this is not Pat's introduction to the show.
Is that
But,
you,
like-
Lucky? Oh, well, I guess it's nothing. Oh, Mrs. Healer! Oh, I don't know about this.
I love that line.
What do you say?
Mrs. Healer, I don't know about this.
Oh.
Just because, like, by itself it's innocuous, but when you take it in the context of the discussion we're having right now, that just adds an extra little bit of, like, oh, this is kink that I wasn't ready for.
I'm still not
It's like,
buying it.
She was comfortable tackling him and dragging him by the heel. And then this episode, she's dancing in the street.
Shake it, Chili!
Morning, Wendy.
Wendy was right there too. Also, like, Bandit was right there as well. Like
Where? I missed
well,
that.
he wasn't in that shot, but
Oh.
like the next shot was like him waiting for her on the other side of the street. So like, he's catcalling her in front of her husband while Wendy's right there.
No. Because I would do that to my friends. And my friends would do that to other people. So that to me just looks
Hey,
very
mate,
normal.
have a
like-
go at this.
Okay.
Ham and pie.
So this one is a bit less. Like, this one's about the high five between those two.
Okay.
There's something. I feel like there might be something going on with them as well.
Okay.
Pineapple.
But like,
Oh, yeah, swap you for a meat lovers. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
This is amazing.
Hooray!
I can't hear it. It's all like breaky uppy.
is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's because of your headphones. But like, look at that high five. Like, she says, "Oh, this is amazing." They have no reason to high five over that. But they just heard her go like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing," and they're like, "High five."
Okay, they're trading pizzas?
Yeah.
Are they homemade pizzas?
Yeah.
And
But she hasn't tried his yet. It's just Bandit's pizza that she's tried.
what? I'm fucking confused.
Also, this going back to the H-bomber guy plagiarism thing. There was a video that plagiarized the article I read about them potentially cheating on each other. That was really, really funny because the article was very clearly AI written. And there was just this thing at the end that made no sense. And it was like, pineapples are significant pineapples are a hint about something and it means something, but it never explained what the pineapple meant or why they're even talking about pineapples. But like, there's pineapple in this scene, whatever. But like, the person who made the video did the exact same thing as the article where they were just like, oh yeah, also pineapples might mean something without actually explaining anything. So it was very clear that they just like plagiarized the article rather than writing their own video. So it's just like, come on, man.
See, I need context. Why are they trading? What are they trading? Is it because he likes...
They both just built a barbecue and they just made pizza on their barbecues.
Oh, so they wanted to like taste
Yeah,
each
so
other's.
They're tasting each other's meat. But like, I just feel like that high five was like really awkward, and the looks on their faces are also really awkward.
Well, that's why I need
So it's
context.
like-
I need a context because
Yeah.
it was like maybe he was like, I don't really like my wife's
That's
food.
just it. This
He's
is
like,
the-
I don't really like my wife's food, so they're swapping, and they don't want to see their wives to see they're swapping.
No, they both made them.
That's what I'm saying. I need a context because
okay,
I can
okay.
create so many stories out of
Okay.
this.
Okay.
What's next?
And the ladies watch us get all sweaty.
Stumpfest.
Right, ladies?
Jump back. We did watch
Lucky's
this.
dad. Yay!
Yeah, so it's just her getting excited about seeing them all sweaty. Which, again, that is something that you can do platonically, but like in the overall context of all of this, it feels like there's a thing going on.
No, well, to me, it was just like she was saying yes to him, but her husband was there, so she could have been looking at her husband, saying, "Yeah, Lucky's dad is, and I agree with you," but looking at her husband.
I don't know.
But I also that episode, I feel like,
Fennec says, take his red string away, he's doing too much.
I feel as
Yeah,
though
I wouldn't be able to get away with this with Suris.
what's damn it, what's it? Chili.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's going to come back to me. Oh, in that episode, it seemed like Chili was a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that looks like a
They
completely
were
normal,
drinking while their husbands were stumping.
it looks like a completely normal scene to me.
I know, but in the overall context, whatever.
I think it's because you were very socially isolated as you grew up that you don't see these experiences as...
But now we have Pat and Bandit holding hands while Bandit gives birth. Have you seen this episode?
No.
Yeah, it's...
But I'm guessing this is part of the game.
Visit me and you. Visit mom and dad.
He's singing a love song to him as he holds his hand while he's giving birth.
Visit a cockatoo.
So like, it's not just Chili and Pat.
No, I'm not buying it.
What was that?
Oh, no, we don't need that. And then the last thing, this is the thing that really kind of clinched the polyamory open marriage angle, is that, well, I'll just play the clip. I've told you about this one. So Chili has a sister who comes to visit, and this is how she meets the kids.
Bluey, you look just like your father.
Oh, what? Who do I look like?
You look just like you. I brought you some presents.
Yeah, so she says she looks just like her, not her mom, and then she gets like all awkward and like, oh, got your presents. So I'm suggesting that, so this episode is clearly meant to be about infertility. Chili's sister can't have kids, and that's the whole point of the episode. But with this little subtext train that I've been building up, I feel like Bingo is her daughter. And because other people in their life do not approve of their lifestyle, they had to hide that fact. And so they act like Bingo is Bluey or Bandit and Chili's daughter. And there's a couple more scenes from that episode that kind of solidify that.
Mum, why did Auntie Brandy want to leave? Is she sad? And why have we only seen her once in our lives?
You know how you really want Bingo's cheetah onesie?
Yeah, more than anything.
But it doesn't fit you, so you can't have it.
Oh, Godless
And
Granny
there's
chose a
not
bad
really
time to
anything
show
anyone
up.
can do to make it fit.
Yeah.
Well, there's something Auntie Brandy wants more than anything as well. But she can't have it. And there's not really anything anyone can do.
So something she wants more than anything, she can't have it, and there's nothing anyone can do, as she's reaching longingly for the child that was said looks like her, looks exactly like her, earlier in the episode.
Why can't she just have the thing she wants?
Because it's not meant to be. Are you okay?
Yeah, I will be. I'm sorry, Chili.
Oh, you couldn't have known Bingo was bananas.
No, I mean, I'm sorry it's been so long.
Oh,
It's just hard seeing you all, you know?
I know.
Bluey.
Oh, keep trying to pause it at the last one. Yeah, so it's hard seeing you all.
Okay. I'm not saying it's not a possibility, but I'm not buying it like, yes, this is...
Well, they couldn't make it too overt, because then 1 million moms would be on their back. That's actually my whole goal here. I want 1 million moms to set up a petition against Bluey, because that would be fucking hilarious.
No, but like... Damn it, what was I going to say? Oh, so the last scene, you're interpreting it that Bingo is her sister's daughter.
Yeah.
For Bandit, and they're taking care of her. Okay, I can see she's Bingo's her daughter, but my brain would first go to she had her too young, so she couldn't keep her, so they ended up taking her in, and they decided it was best not to tell Bingo Bingo that that's their mom and just live as...
I mean, let's be real here. That episode is about infertility.
Well,
like we are reading things into it that aren't really there, but also they kind of are there.
But I also got the whole infertility thing.
Yeah. So Species is saying that hits kind of hard. My late mate had that issue, sterile. Yeah. So that's one of the things about Bluey is that it's one of those shows that like will have the kids turning around going like, "Mom, Dad, why are you crying?" It's a kids show. Because there's so many episodes that are just like, "Ooh, that hits the hearts."
Yeah. Well, kids are learning. Kids have to learn these things.
Yeah, no, it's such a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
Your failed attempt.
failed attempt. I kind of convinced you.
I never said it wasn't a possibility, but I'm saying that it was not a compelling enough.
It has to be subtle though, because they don't want.
And I get that, but your subtlenesses aren't compelling enough for me to think that.
Kids, go play while I take care of this guy for you. While she's rubbing her hands all over him.
She's a hairdresser. She was rubbing her hands through his hair.
She touched his thigh.
Well, I didn't see that part, but anyways. Was he on all fours, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's still not where you need to go with that.
No. But, like, if he were standing, it would only be appropriate to touch, like, if they're going for hair from standing, shoulder and up, right? But if he's on all fours like a dog, you can get away with kind of touching anywhere.
Yeah, which is why they made them.
Anyways.
Isn't Chippy a Bluey ripoff? Yeah, they tried to be Bluey and they failed miserably. Yeah, we watched a little bit of Chippy clips and it was just boring.
It was.
Like, it wasn't even that it's like bad messaging, because like some of them you actually could get good messages from. It's just delivered in the most bland way possible. Anyway, let's get on to the tweets. So we're starting with Rob, who says, atheists say there is no God. Also atheists, the God of the Bible, especially the Old Testament, is immoral. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you double talk. You know, it's possible for us to think that fictional characters are immoral, right? Like, do you think Voldemort is immoral?
Yes.
But he's fictional.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand what this person is like.
They're trying to say that...
I know they're trying to say, I don't know how they got there.
Oh, well, yeah, no, they're welcome to apologetics.
Like...
Yeah, Jazzcat says, there is no Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is immoral. Yep.
Okay.
Ramdaput says, internal critique. Yep.
I had that moment of, I hear a child, but I'm like, wait, no, my children aren't here.
Yeah, so if you hear a child, it's one that's old enough to take care of themselves.
I'm hearing things.
Candace Owens says, can we abnormalize taking a healthy baby to the doctor every 2 months, injecting poison into his/her arm, returning home with a sick baby, and then referring to it as a wellness visit? Utter madness. So my kids will never get the measles. They will never get chickenpox. They will never get polio. And I consider that to be a good thing. Mumps, rubella, tetanus.
I'm with you.
Rory just got a tetanus shot today.
I'm with you.
There was something else in it too, I think.
Yeah. Right.
And she's old enough that they like. I didn't know she had vaccines today, and they didn't send home a permission form because she's old enough now that she doesn't need parental permission. So she like called me at one point and was like, "Do I have any medical history?" It's like, no, not really. So we had to.
I could actually see them in the like future. They're with somebody and then them call you and be like, "Can I have sex with this person? Is it okay?" I could see that.
Yeah, well, like I've said before, the only thing I want to know about their sex life is that they're happy and safe. That's it. No further details required.
They won't give them to you, but they will tell me everything.
I know.
And that's not by request.
No, my kids just have no filter.
And they want to tell me everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So this is Pater Rex, who is a Nazi, from what I gather from this image.
Okay, we don't like him.
Yeah, this was in response to my commenting on the flamethrower person burning educational materials for kids. And so he says, some books deserve to be burnt for the good of society. And then with the goose meme saying, what kind of books did the Nazis burn? What kind of books? They burned all sorts of books, like educational books with Jewish authors. They burned down a sexual research institute that they destroyed enough research there that it put transgender healthcare back about 50 years.
I feel like this is why I don't understand Twitter and why I'm never really on. Because I'm like, I don't understand how people get from one place to the other place.
Yeah. And it's like,
I know what they're saying, but I don't know how you get there.
but I'm like, there are books that I would rather not exist. I'm not saying we should burn them.
Yeah.
People should have access to them.
I don't
Like,
understand people.
Mein Kampf is an important historical book. I don't think it has any like moral value or whatever. And it certainly has the ability to radicalize people, but like that doesn't mean I want it burned. And then so this is one of the people that I kind of played with a little bit, but then he thinks about this is something that happens with a lot of these people that are supposedly trying to protect children.
Hold on. Time out. Did you read the tweet yet?
Yeah, no, not on the stream. But
Okay. Because I'm like,
No.
did I miss it?
No. You didn't miss it. But people like this, they spend so much time thinking about children having sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
Mm-mm.
He's so this was in response to, I think it was a Name Dragon posted something about like, I will support my children in being safe and healthy or whatever.
Yep.
Like normal
Like parents should. Right?
sex positive parenting stuff. And he says, do you realize how completely disgusting and disgraceful it is to support your own children having sex with whomever and however they want? What if they want to have sex with 10,000 people? You'd support that? I, for one, do not, and will never support that with any of with my kids. So first off, logistically speaking, that just sounds impressive to me.
So you did the math.
No, I didn't do the math, but
Oh.
like, if you have sex with one person a day, that's at least like 365, at least like 4 years, 3 years of a new person every day. Like, it's possible. But I
And
don't
for
know.
years, they're like you said, so long as they're safe and healthy, like
Yeah, like again, like I don't want to know the details as long as you're safe, happy, and healthy.
you're like, do not tell me the details.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't even picture myself meeting 10,000 people, much less convincing them to sleep with me. And I feel like my kids would share that. So like, yeah, no.
Sorry. Go on.
No, this is just one, and this is another thing that they do is they purposely use inflammatory and exaggerated language
Yeah.
to try and make things seem like it get more of a yuck reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when people are thinking about their kids' sex lives, most people are like me, whereas like I don't really want to know about that. So then to go straight from like your kids are going to have sex at some point in their life to what if they have sex with 10,000 people? That just adds an extra layer. Like for most people, that will
Yeah,
give
no,
a
I get that.
visceral disgust reaction because
Yeah, I get
I don't
that.
want to think about my kids having sex, and that's a lot of sex. So, like, and so they purposely exaggerate stuff like that to
Yeah.
try and like they're just trying to evoke that disgust response
I just don't care.
so they can latch on to something. It's like, no, I just want them to be safe, happy, and healthy, and having access to sex ed materials is not going to lead them to having sex with 10,000 people.
Yeah, it actually, I would.
Oh,
I would.
I'm
say,
getting my orders of magnitude wrong now. It's nearly 30 years for 10,000 people.
Yeah.
I think I might.
God damn it! You interrupted me again.
Sorry.
What was I saying? What did you say?
That they're using exaggerated language
God damn it!
to evoke a disgust response.
Yeah, I just don't care.
When like having access to sex ed material does not actually lead to people having sex with 10,000 people.
Right. And then I was gonna say, chances are, having proper sex ed would have people sleeping with potentially less people.
Yes. Because that was something, I don't know if we were on stream or off stream when we were talking about it, but you said you looked into it and apparently having better sex ed leads to people having sex later.
Yeah.
Like they delay their first sexual experience when they have comprehensive sex ed, which these people supposedly want you to do. They supposedly want you to wait until marriage. That's a delay.
Yeah.
So like, if you don't give them the education, they have lots of sex too early. And if you do give them the education, they're probably not going to wait till marriage, but they'll wait longer. So you'll get closer to them wait until marriage if you actually support sex education. Mm-hmm. You'll keep them safer from predators. You'll keep them safer from STIs and pregnancy.
And the AIDS.
And the AIDS.
The AIDS.
Yeah. So yeah, sex ed is good. Education's a good thing, y'all.
I'm pro sex ed.
Yeah, I got people saying also less vulnerable to abuse. Yeah, for sure. Less than lucid still has decent sex ed, still no partners. And I believe that's the ace flag in their profile picture, so I'm going to say that that's on purpose. Because my gut reaction to that was like, oh, I'm sorry. But then I'm like, no, not everybody actually wants to have sex.
My brain went the same direction.
Yeah.
Like the whole way though. Like
this is fun. DC Drano posted this meme before the Super Bowl was over, saying Team Jesus, which I guess was San Francisco, versus Team Soros. So what I get from this meme is that George Soros is more powerful than Jesus, because the Kansas City team won, the San Francisco team lost.
But who's on the right of the guy?
Is that not Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Yeah. It says Taylor Swift and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Travis, whatever.
What did you say it meant? Like
was Team Soros, George Soros.
Yeah.
He's the billionaire that funds all the left-wing protests and pays everybody millions of dollars.
This is why you gotta give me context with the tweets. I have no fucking clue what was going on.
It's one of those conspiracy theories where, like, everybody who disagrees with the right-wing nut job is being paid by George Soros to disagree with them, because there's no way anybody would actually disagree with them.
Okay.
But yeah, so not only does this mean that George Soros is more powerful than Jesus, but I also find it interesting that San Francisco is one of those cities that right-leaning people are constantly demonizing. I mean, like, oh, there's homeless people everywhere because it's a Democrat city. They got high crime because it's a Democrat city. It's a Democrat city. It's so bad. Democrat cities are bad. We hate Democrat cities. They're the worst. And now they're cheering for them and saying they're Team Jesus because they're against the Taylor Swift team. Rosina Keller.
Yeah, so what I got from that was, this is how my brain interpreted it. This top guy, you can't see what I'm doing, but the top guy on the left, is a Christian. Like, he's one of, sometimes, I don't know if you know, but like sometimes like athletes are like, every time they get on camera, they talk about God.
Yeah, I know. There's an interview with one of the guys on the Kansas City Chiefs that were like after the Super Bowl, where he's like, "Oh, I thank God let us do this." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So that's who that is. It's like God supporting this team because this one believes in Jesus, and then this one down here, they believe in Taylor. Therefore, Taylor trumps Jesus, and you should not believe in Jesus anymore and believe in Taylor.
Believe in Tay-Tay.
Mm-hmm.
Swift it up. Rosina Keller sent a super chat, says, I had a friend in high school that was denied sex ed by her parents. She started having unprotected sex because only unhealthy girls got pregnant, and she was pregnant within a month. Yeah, that's what a lack of sex education does. The Transformed Wife says, nudity is not empowerment. It's the opposite. It only results in the objectification and sexualization of women, nothing more. The result? More HIV/AIDS, more STDs, more teenage pregnancies, more single mothers, more broken kids. It's a vicious cycle. Thoughts?
So, nudity, depending on the context, is empowering, and sometimes it is disempowering. It really depends. If someone's making the choice to be nude or less clothes, and they want, like, because some people like the attention.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's empowering if they want that attention and they choose to dress this way. Because it also, when you choose to dress a way that you feel comfortable in as well, you're more attractive. So it's like, it can be empowering for women. Or also because, like, body shaming, like, it opens up that space where everybody's body is different, love your body type of thing. So it can be empowering, but yes, it can be very disempowering for women when they're forced to dress in a certain way, whether it's like at a restaurant where you have to have like an itty bitty skirt and a tiny top and stuff. That's disempowering. They don't have a choice. They have to wear, I mean, they have a choice not to work there, but let's put in the play of like outside circumstances, like finances and not be able to find a job. And sometimes people just have to take a job because they have bills to pay. Anyways, that was another tangent. Damn it, I forgot where I was going with this.
Okay, well, do you want to know what I got out of this tweet when I first read it?
Hold on. Okay. Then it's disempowering in that instance.
Okay.
Continue.
So what I got out of this tweet when I read it is that HIV transmits through seeing people naked. So if you see someone naked, you'll get the AIDS.
The AIDS.
So we're not being dismissive of HIV and AIDS when we're referring to it as the AIDS. We watched a Donald James Parker movie the other day, and it's a terrible movie.
Absolutely.
And it's the one where he has an AIDS scare, and that was kind of how we were making fun of them for it. And also, like, the AIDS scare wasn't even really a scare. It was just he had sex one time, and the person he was trying to, not really proposing to, but wanting to get married to, they were having a conversation. It was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, in the year-long relationship we've been in, I had sex once. And she was devastated. She was devastated. And, like, that was the first thing that came up, is like, have you been tested for AIDS?
No, the AIDS.
Yeah. So that's what we were...
Yeah.
That's what we were kind of going with there. So, like, yeah. No, seeing naked people gives you AIDS, other STDs, and will get people pregnant. This is why you need sex ed, so that people like her don't grow up and post things like this publicly.
Yeah, that's not what I got. I think she's
if we
like
hold
trying
hands,
to
will you get
equate
pregnant?
like nudity to low self-esteem. So you have to...
Oh, I thought she... No, you don't know the transformed wife well enough.
Oh.
What she's saying is that when men see a woman naked, they won't be able to resist. And, of course, because women don't have agency and men are just sex machines, seeing a naked woman means that you will do what you can to get her pregnant, which also includes transmitting disease or whatever.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm not on Twitter, because I didn't know how they got from there to there, because my story makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, no, you're trying to impart too much reason onto the transformed wife. Oh, this was fun. So Isaac's army flipped a Heineken bottle upside down, said coincidence, because a lowercase e upside down looks kind of like a 6. And when you flip the star upside down, it's shaped like the pentagram style star instead of a star.
Send that to me so I can send it to my friend, because
yeah. So
they're like a Heineken lover.
Yeah. Now my favorite part of this though is that someone pointed out in the comments that United States of America has 3 E's. If you flip that upside down,
no,
the United States is the beast. It's the great nation that...
It's got the pyramid with the eye and the... Oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Fennec wants to show this to Suris' bar friend. I agree, we should show that to Suris' bar friend. That would be amazing. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. It's always funny when they try and find these end times. It's like the 666. All right, first off, it's either 666 or 616. The oldest manuscripts is 616. It's Hebrew numerology referring to Emperor Nero. That's pretty much settled at this point. That's who the guy was writing about. Emperor Nero is the beast. But the 666 is a mark that goes on either your hand or your forehead. Why would it be on a beer bottle? And, like, if they're trying to sneakily get evil stuff in, like...
Sick of it.
Okay, what?
So remember how I said you need to send this to me so I can send it to my friend?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it needs to be either on a hand or a forehead?
Yeah.
She has the Heineken logo tattooed
on her wrist. Nice. Okay, now you definitely need to do that then. Yeah, but it's like, if they're secretly trying to do evil things, do you really think they'd be like hiding hints that they're really doing evil things in plain sight? Like the Illuminati with their pyramid on the $1 bill sort of thing.
Recruiting drunk people. That is your best resource. I don't know. Like,
yeah, Otaku Senpai says, and if you turn the American flag upside down, the stars become satanic. Yeah, it's the same star. It's a 5-pointed star. That's all it is. Christians are so easy to scare.
Someone needs to do some sort of math now. So the number of stars.
It's 50.
No, I know, but like, actually, if you do this to it, it turns into 6.
Numerology, yeah.
Like, not numerology. It's like,
no, that's what numerology is.
What?
Fiddling with the numbers until it says something that looks significant.
No, these are already preset numbers. You and I don't speak the same language sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Sorbo,
Okay, Sorbs.
talking about Trump, says 77 years with a clean record. That's debatable. Now 91 indictments? There's no way people actually believe this is real, do they? Because
just because you weren't caught in the 77 years prior doesn't mean you didn't do bad things.
Also, like, clean record. The first time Trump was ever in the press was for when the company that his dad was running, that he was a higher up in at the time, was being charged with not renting to black people.
Yeah.
That was his first ever time in the limelight.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I mean.
That's not a clean record.
Just because your record is clean, all it means is
also,
you might not have been caught yet.
Well, not even that, but like, the assumption here is that if you have a clean record, you will always have a clean record. You will never commit a crime if your record is clean, which means that criminals don't exist because everybody's born with a clean record. It's like, what, you're telling me after 20 years of a clean record, this guy just decided to steal a car? Like, yeah, that happens sometimes.
You and I take things so differently.
I know, it's great.
I'm like...
Different perspectives.
I mean, mine's usually right, but continue.
That's like saying the Zodiac Killer is innocent because he hasn't been caught.
Right? Thank you for making my point.
That was last week.
What? That was it?
That was it.
Oh. That's it.
I'm sorry that our special Valentine's Day, where we analyze the polyamory and Bluey, is coming to an end.
Like, I see how you could get there, but it was a stretch.
Like I said, it's a kids show. They can't make it too obvious.
And I get that. Disney does the not too obvious thing all the time. That one was just a bit of a stretch.
The number of stars times the number of stripes plus 16 equals 666.
There you go.
So now you just need to figure out something significant with 16.
Why 16?
How many letters are in the name Donald Trump? DONALDTRUM. No, that's 11. John? JOHN. So we're up to 15.
Oh.
The Trump surname originally was Drumpf. DRUMPF. That's one letter longer. So if you go with Donald Trump's original surname, Donald John Drumpf, is 16. So 16 letters in there plus number of stars times number of stripes equals 666. You vote for Donald Trump, you're voting for the beast.
We've solved it. It was right there in plain sight this whole time.
Yeah, we got there. Oh, okay. Yeah. God help you, because I sure can't.